Okay, Ben, please get ready for the interview. Retten wir noch einen kleinen, what is it? Lizard.
Ja.
Salamander, Lizard. Blink mal, damit wir auch alle wissen, dass du noch lebst. Wow. Oh ja, Augen haben sich gerade bewegt. Also Ben sagte, es sind Kaltblüter und eventuell ist er einfach gerade in so einer Starre und braucht die Sonne, um wieder warm zu werden, und haben ihn jetzt einfach mal aus dem Blumentopf, der recht tief war, rausgeholt. Ich dachte, vielleicht kommt er da nicht mehr raus alleine. Okay. Hallo meine Lieben, ich bin's wieder, die Sandy, und für auslandsjob.de habe ich mir heute mal den Ben geschnappt. Ben ist mein Freund und der soll uns jetzt mal ein bisschen erzählen, wie man Kosten sparen kann in Australien. Also das Interview ist in Englisch, weil er ist ja Australier aus Melbourne, und somit bekommt ihr schon gleich einmal ein bisschen einen Eindruck vom australischen Slang.
Okay.
Radio.
Cool.
Okay. Could you give us some tips about how to save money?
Sure. First thing would be food, I suppose. Try and buy your own food and cook as much as you can.
Yeah.
And when you buy that food, try and shop at the two big supermarkets in Australia, which are Coles and Woolworths. And when you do shop there, try and buy their own brands because they'll be cheaper. So
Those home brands.
yeah, they're home brands. So
Yeah.
Coles has their own, Woolworths has their own.
And they're still really good.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Yeah.
No problems.
Cool. Do you buy like your menu for the day or the week? Is it depending on the specials?
Yeah, you can look them up online before you go to the supermarket, and you can just do your shop, sort of leave it loose and just go in there and decide based on what's on special and what isn't on special, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also what we do sometimes is, if something is on special, what we know we use a lot,
Yeah.
like cereals, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
If there is one on special, we just get two straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you spend a certain amount at these two major supermarkets, I think it's $30, they'll give you a fuel discount on the end of your receipt that you can then take to petrol stations to save a little bit of money on fuel as well. In Australia, you can also download a fuel watch app on your phone. So the area that you're in, you can search that area and it'll tell you where the cheapest fuel is in that area. So if you feel like driving a little bit further to maybe save a few dollars, you can use the app.
Is there a certain day?
There's also, especially in major cities in Australia, like the big ones, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, those sort of ones, there's what's called a fuel cycle in Australia. So the cheapest day to buy fuel is midweek, sort of Wednesday, and then the petrol price seems to creep up on the weekends because more people buy petrol on the weekends to go away and do things, and then it slides back down on that sort of Wednesday day to the cheapest it's going to get. So if you're in the one place for a long time, or you just happen to need petrol around that Wednesday, that's the day to hit it.
Cool.
One thing that I've done is relocating, which basically means
Relocating what?
transport. So you got like
car.
a camper van or a four-wheel drive. So there's websites that rent these vehicles out, and they might want to get one of these vehicles from, say, Cairns to Melbourne in a certain amount of time. So you grab it from them for free or a really small amount. They give you a time limit and a kilometres limit.
I think you paid $1 a day.
Yeah, it's like, I've heard of people getting it for free, it might be $1 a day. And as long as you get it to where they want it in the amount of time and you don't go over the kilometres limit, so they might give you a little bit of extra wiggle room to go off the track a little bit, but pretty much stick to the highway sort of thing. And yeah, get it from where they want it to where they want it in the amount of time. And yeah, it's a good way to save money.
Yeah.
And another one I've done is house sitting. So you basically look after a house for people when they go away, look after pets usually, and that's free accommodation, and sometimes they even give you food and give you a little bit of money. So.
A cool way to travel, actually, the house sitting, And I've already done a video on this, but that's really good.
So it's a good way to see different parts of Australia and more how normal average Australians live as well, like in the actual suburbs and that sort of stuff.
Cool.
So there's public transport in Australia, obviously. Taxis are probably your most expensive you're going to get anywhere, so try and stay away from them. Use Ubers instead if you have to. And then, especially from, like, you arrive somewhere at the airport, you want to take a shuttle or a train or a bus rather than a taxi. Because you'll just get killed money-wise. So you walk as much as you can because that's free. Also,
which is sometimes a little bit difficult.
Well, depending on distances, of course. You can get online and find ride shares, so you might need to get your next place that you want to see in Australia. You can jump on Gumtree or Facebook.
Yeah, and there's a website that's called Co-Seats.
Yeah.
Or even ride shares itself.
So you just give them a little bit of money for petrol and they can get you much cheaper than probably anyone else is going to be able to do it. So you just have to be flexible with their sort of time. So.
What about doing stuff here in Australia?
Well, if you're trying to save money, you want to do things that are cheap or free, and most people come to Australia for wildlife and scenery and beautiful place. So there's plenty of free things to do in Australia. So like nature walks and all that sort of stuff, hiking. You can camp for free in lots of places. So just, if you want to save money, just do stuff that doesn't cost any money.
So what Ben and I sometimes do when we go on a day trip, we actually put it on Co-Seats or in a Facebook group. I say, we're doing a day trip. We have 2 seats available in the car. Which helps us for the petrol. And those other people who come with us in the car also, they don't need to book a proper tour. They can just drive with us, give us a little bit of money for petrol. So heaps of cool stuff for free here in Australia if you just know where to look at and where to go. So you don't always need to book an expensive trip.
No, not always.
With the reef trip, it's a little bit difficult.
Well, there's certain situations where there's no ride share to the reef, but
cool.
In other cases there are.
And another?
Let's talk about clothing for the first time. Clothing. If you need to buy clothes in Australia, cheap. You want to go to your Target or your Kmart type places, which are in most shopping centres in big cities, where you can get a t-shirt for a few dollars. And if you want to go even cheaper again, say you're working on a fruit farm or something like that, which I know a lot of international tourists do, and they don't want to even spend that much because they know the clothes are just going to get ruined, basically. You want to go to your second-hand op shops type places, places like Vinnie's and Salvation Army.
So, second-hand clothes.
Where you can get really cheap second-hand clothes that doesn't matter if you destroy them completely.
Cool! Thanks, Ben.
No worries, Sandy.
And ich hoffe, ihr konntet uns so ein bisschen verstehen und habt mal so einen kleinen Eindruck bekommen über den australischen Slang. Und gibt's noch mehr Fragen? Dann einfach unten in die Kommentare oder dann dich an auslandsjob.de wenden oder an mich, Sandy von See in Australia.